Good morning, wonderful Woodlands students, teachers, families, and special guests. Welcome to this morning's celebration of freedom. Please help us show honor and respect by standing quietly for the presentation of the flag. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join us in the Oklahoma flag salute. Attention, salute, pledge. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. Please join us in singing our patriotic song, America the Beautiful.
Today, as we have our minute of silence, let's think about all the people that helped make Woodlands a successful school. Thank you.
Please join us in reciting the Woodlands School Creed. I
am the future of America. I accept the challenge to respect myself, others, and the Woodlands School. Yesterday is behind me. Today's successes are before me. There is no limit to what I can achieve. I will make today the best day of all. I accept responsibility for my behavior and its results. I do not have the right to interfere with the learning and well-being of others. With the help of my family and teachers, I will determine what I will become. For the education I receive today will make me a leader of tomorrow.
The lunch menu for today is hamburger with cheese slice, broccoli with cheese, potato wedges, baked beans, and fresh orange slices. You may be seated.
All right, thank you, assembly helpers. You can go on down. All right, this is a special assembly this morning. We are not doing We're not doing Eagle Extremes this week since it's a short week, but we do still have birthdays and attendance awards that we need to give. Let's begin with our birthday song. This week, we're saying happy birthday to several students. When I call your name, come up and get a birthday pencil from Miss Minor, then return to your seats. We're celebrating these birthdays: Ethan Stevens, Callie Hurley, Leonard Big Goose, Hannah Critchfield, Jordan Chambers, Emma Howard, and Annie Leeming. Congratulations and happy birthday to all of you. What do you have to do to get in the drawing for the attendance award from the previous week? That's right, you have to be at school all day, every day, the week before. No tardies, no checkouts for things. And we have two attendance awards from primary, 2 attendance awards from intermediate. Our prize basket is getting a little bit low. We have some new prizes on the way. All right, this morning, we are celebrating Whisper Woodham, Hayden Calvert from primary classes, and from from intermediate classes, Jackson Northcutt and Brandon Waller. Come up and choose your attendance awards. Congratulations. Attendance is so important. We're going to be talking about that in just a minute. Now, we've been talking a lot about this assembly, that we got an A, we earned an A on the state report card. I want to take just a second and show you what that means. This is, helps if I turn this on. This is the second year in a row that Woodlands has received an A on the report card. Last year we had an A+, our points were just a few less this year to bring us into the A category, but we celebrate that. We're excited about that. Now, there are several things that happen to make this A. This is based on statistics from last school year. From the 2014-2015 school year. It's based primarily on the OCC testing that we do in the spring with 3rd through 5th grades. So 3rd through 5th graders have a huge impact on this state grade. This last spring, we had 86% of our 3rd through 5th graders scored proficient or advanced on the state testing. In math, we have 87% of our students test proficient or advanced in math. In science, our 5th graders had 78% proficient or advanced. Social studies, 95% proficient or advanced. Another part of that score is based on student growth. So if you took the test the previous year, they take and compare how you did the previous year compared to this year. And there's a formula that comes into that as well. So all those things come into play. And then there is the attendance piece of that. We're always talking about how important it is for us to be here all day, every day. On the state report card, Woodlands got 10 extra points on that 0 to 100 scale. We got 10 extra points because we had more than 94% of our students at school every day. All right? That's impressive. Give yourself a hand. So when we're talking about attendance, everybody from pre-K through 5th grade, when you are here, you're helping Woodlands for this year's grade card that will come out next fall. Every day that you're here, you're helping Woodlands with that. So let's give ourselves 3 hip hip hoorays. Here we go. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! All right, we are privileged to have a number of special guests with us this morning. We have two representatives from downtown, from our central office. We have our Superintendent of Schools, David Pennington, and Shelley Errett, who is the Executive Director of Human Resources and a bunch of other things. And Dr. Pennington is going to come and bring greetings to us. And Ms. Errett, why don't you come on up as well? Would you welcome Dr. Pennington?
We just wanted to come out today to join with you in this celebration. This is always a great event. We always look forward to the opportunity to come to Woodlands and to celebrate the success that you have. I hope that the one thing that you take out of today is that, first of all, being in school every day is really important. I mean, not only do you get an A on your grade card, but you get prizes. I never got prizes when I was in school for coming to school, so I think that's a cool thing. The other thing is, so why do we do good at Woodlands? Why do we have 87% of our students proficient in math? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Well, there are three reasons for that. The first reason is because of you. Because the boys and girls are in this room and the hard work that you put in. That you come to school every day and you do the things your teachers ask you to do. You turn in your homework and you pay attention in class and you participate and you work hard. The second reason is because you got great teachers. And you're very fortunate to have the people that we have that work at Woodlands School, and we're always proud of this staff. And then the other reason that you do so well is because you have great moms and dads and great grandparents. And people who support you and love you and make sure that you're at school every day, that make sure that you do the things you're supposed to do, make sure you do the work, and make sure that learning is important. So, you've got lots of things in this school that give you a chance to be successful. And we appreciate your work, we appreciate the parents, and we especially appreciate the teachers that are here in this room today. Thank you.
Boys and girls, I want to say one thing. When Mr. Williams was talking about your attendance, that certainly makes a difference in your learning. And one thing that I do is manage the substitutes every day. Make sure there's a substitute in all 10 schools in our classrooms, or try to. We try to get a substitute every day. But one thing that I can say is the teachers at Woodlands never miss work, and that does not go unnoticed. We appreciate it. You have the highest attendance rate teachers of any site in the district. So give your teachers a big round.
All right, we have several other guests that we want to recognize. First of all, if you are a parent, Dr. Pennington talked about the importance of parents just a minute ago, parents and grandparents. If you are the parent or a grandparent of a Woodlands student, would you please stand? Thank you all so much. You can have a seat. We also have some former teachers and staff with us today. Mrs. Kruger, you're going to be hearing from her in just a minute, but Mrs. Kruger, who was your principal last year, along with her husband, Paul, who was probably our #1 volunteer for 6 years. Thanks for being here. We also have Miss Inskeep, who taught 4th grade here for years and years. And did Miss Harris make it? Somebody said Miss Harris was coming. I don't see Miss Harris. All right, if she comes in, we'll give her 3 cheers. Also, another big part of our success at Woodlands is that we have the support of our community. And we have 3 businesses in Ponca City that we call our PI partners, our partners in education. And we have representatives of some of those with us this morning. And as I call your company name, if you would come up, I'm not going to make you say anything, but we have something that we want to give you. So one of our PI partners is Albright Insurance. So Mrs. Wilson, would you mind coming on up? And if your class has cards for Albright Insurance, would you bring those on up? We have different classes, make thank you cards to our different PI partners. You all do so much for us, and we really, really appreciate that. Thank you. You've got another one right there. Why don't you just stay up here for a minute, Ms. Wilson? All right, and from Eastman Bank, Ms. Jennifer Sadowski is here. Both of these ladies also have Woodlands students. So classes, if you have a thank you card or poster for Eastman Bank, would you bring those on up here? And do we have a representative from Team Radio here this morning? They weren't able to make it. Team Radio is another great pipe partner. Students, if you have a card for Team Radio, if you just bring those up and put them right here, and we will make sure that our friends at Team Radio get those. Again, I want to say thank you all. You all do so much for our schools, and we really appreciate your partnership with Woodlands. Thanks for all that you do. Okay, we're gonna hear from Mrs. Kruger here in just a minute. Before we do, I want to point out that at Woodlands, not only do our students excel academically and excel in coming to school all day, every day, but our students excel in a lot of other areas as well. And we have several of our students who are a part of ACC Cheer, and ACC stands for Advanced Cheer Crew. And we've got some of those ladies here this morning, and Ms. Chuney's going to tell us just a little bit about what they're going to be doing.
Good morning, everyone. We have some of our girls here this morning, and they all participate in Arc City with Advanced Cheer Crew. I'm just going to go ahead and get them going. Emerson McClaskey's going to go first. Good job, Emerson. Mackenzie Levitt. Good job. Brooklyn Hobbs. Great job, Brooklyn. Tootie Bales. Emma Graham. Good job, Emma. Audrey Chaney. These girls, this is just a small thing of what they do. These girls are in the gym for hours every week in Arc City. Their parents take them, travel, carpool, whatever to get them there. They compete on a very high level. Some of these girls that have been in it for a few years, Audrey, Emma, and Tootie, they've been to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and they won grand champions there. These girls competed a couple weeks ago in Arlington, Texas. 3 out of 5 of their teams won a paid bid to go to Florida to the summit, which is a huge thing in cheer. So it's a little gym that they go to in Arc City. Girls want to stand. And so, it's a pretty big thing for them. We have about, I'm not sure how many, probably 10 or 12 girls from Ponca that go to Arc City. And this is how many of them go to Woodlands. So that's really cool. We're really proud of that. Our Woodlands girls are really awesome. And we also have a veteran cheerleader here that cheered with us for ACC, and she also went to Woodlands. She's a former Woodland Eagle. Ashton, stand up. Raise your hand. But we appreciate you guys watching us. I know a lot of you have friends in your class and you hear them say, I've got to go to practice after school, I've got to either change in after school, they're running out of here. And so now you get to see a little bit of what they do. A lot of times they've had to maybe miss a day before spring break to get to a competition. These girls, they're spending hours there in the evening, and then they have to get their homework done too, because grades is a big part of what we do at ACC too. We don't only excel in cheer, we also excel with our grades, and without our grades, we can't cheer. So we're really proud of these girls, and thanks for letting us come, and thanks for letting us.
right, let's give them one more round of applause. Thanks, ladies. Well done. Well done. I mentioned a minute ago that Mrs. Kruger was here today. One of the main reasons we invited Mrs. Kruger to come today is because the A that we're celebrating today is based on things that happened last school year when she was our principal. So we wanted her to be able to celebrate with us. Would you welcome Mrs. Kruger?
I have to say this, Mr. Williams. Good morning, Woodlands Eagles. Good morning, Mrs. Kruger. I have missed that. And Mr. Williams went over so many things that are important in achieving that score. When he first started planning this special day, I didn't think I was going to be able to be here when he was talking about it. So I thought, now what would I say if I were here? And I emailed Mr. Williams about a 12-page email with about 20 points for you to go over with the kids about all the things that went into this A. And I'm going to skip through to the very last one. Well, actually two. One of the things that's super important, and I saw this when I came and was weaving through the crowd here, somebody came up to me and said, I already have 50 AR points. And I said, oh my word, and is that your goal? And he said, it's past my goal. That is one of the key reasons why you guys have an A. You set goals, you know what you need to do to work hard to achieve that goal. You have teachers who work hard to help you do that. They work not just during the school day when you guys are here, we see them at your school on the weekends, in the evenings. Mr. Williams spends a fair amount of time up here when you guys aren't gone. They love you guys. They want you to succeed. So they're willing to work as hard as you do, but I appreciate that everybody in their mind knows what you need to do for ARs, for MAP scores, for whatever it is you're working on. You know that it's you that gets the work done. The only thing I am going to address now is how important it is that you support each other. Woodlands students are a family. One of the things I miss is seeing you help each other on the playground. Helping somebody pick something up in the hall. When you're in your classroom and somebody's struggling through something, if I asked you to raise your hand for how many have done this, it would be 100% of you. To ask your teacher, can I help them? Can I help them do that? And you do it with encouragement. Not only do you do that for each other, boys and girls, but your teachers do that for each other. Dr. Pennington said, and Mrs. Eric said, this is one of the best, it's the best staff in my book. You guys, teachers, care about each other. They help each other when they're not feeling good. They pray for each other when they know there's something that needs support. They love each other. They love their students. And I don't care who you are, anybody walking in a class can feel that. You can feel that walking in the gym door. You guys are cared for by your teachers, anybody who works at this school, Mr. Williams, the cafeteria people, anybody. Woodlands people care about each other. Now, not only do your teachers work up here, when I was going to leave last year, and I knew, this grade doesn't surprise me because I saw how hard you worked last year. But as I was leaving last year, I celebrated when Mr. Williams was awarded the job as principal at Woodlands School. It made leaving a lot easier because he is fun, he is smart, he is energetic, and he cares about you guys too. I know that he wants you to succeed. So, what are you going to do next year? You made an A last year, you made an A plus the year before. So what are you going to do this year? Well, how are you going to do that? You're going to work hard You're going to respect each other. You're going to show integrity, which is doing the right thing, even though that's right. And this is the biggie. I know you're going to do that because
That's the kind of people we are.
I know you're going to do that because
That's the kind of people we are.
that is the kind of people you are. I am celebrating with you. Good job, Woodlands Eagles. Good job, Mr. Woodlands.
All right, great. I think we have some cards from Miss Kruger. Bring those on down. While they are doing that, we are just about wrapped up. At lunchtime today, all right, one more round of applause for Miss Kruger. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, 2 or 3 things, and then we're wrapped up and ready to go learn today. At lunch today, Chef Jeff has a special treat for every student and for every staff member. So even if you bring your lunch and eat cold lunch, we have a special treat for you today at lunch. We'll give you more instructions on that when you come into the cafeteria this afternoon. Staff, yours will be in the teacher's lounge. One thing to remember is there's 1 treat per person. How many treats are there per person? 1. So what happens if I eat 2? Somebody else doesn't get 1. So 1 treat per person. I'll wait for just a second. Fall parties are tomorrow, 1:45 for 2:30 for everybody else. Remember, this is a short week. We're only in school Monday and Tuesday. I hope you're already making plans for what book you're going to take home or what books you're going to take home to read with you over break. I'm almost done. Give me just a minute. No brain builders tomorrow after school. People are kind of anxious to get off for the Thanksgiving holidays. Right after we're finished, if we could have Dr. Pennington, Miss Eric, our pie partners, Miss Kruger, if you guys could stick around for a few pictures, we would appreciate that. All right, it's been a great celebration. Let's give ourselves one more hip hip hooray. Hip, hip. Look at your teachers for instructions. Make it an awesome Monday.